a whole thing of, being I am, and then, but I couldn't get all the words to just come together. It was like, because it's like, would you eat green eggs and ham? Would you in a box? Would you with a fox in a house with a mouse? And it was like, so how do I say all that stuff? And but now, see, it loses meaning that you don't know the book. So I'm going to have to get the book now. And Dr. Seuss just has a lot of, I love Dr. Seuss.
Have you read that?
Oh yeah, Green Eggs and Ham, don't you? That's been around for years, like 50 years at least, I think.
So my son is, he got some, like an invitation from Dartmouth school. And one of the famous alumni, is the creator of Dr. Seuss.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I can't think of the guy's name, but so in the little booklet it has like all the Dr. Seuss little, the places we will go. And I was like, Brock, you need to go here. But anyway, so this was, I had it all set for Halloween to come in with all my fish.
Oh yeah.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
Did you go to the office like that?
No, yours is the only office.
Oh,
yeah.
Gina didn't see it.
No.
We have to
I was
do a redo.
And it's funny because I almost brought all of it in the house, and I thought, oh no, I'll just leave it in the car, and because and then when you called and said that your dad was in the hospital, it was like, oh no, it's like put everything, so I'm just so thankful that you are okay. And that you get to go home. I mean, that's...
Thank you. That's very important. And they found out some things that I need to change in my life and make the numbers better.
Well, and the thing is that all of us can change things, right? I mean...
you get complacent sometimes and eat what you want to eat and exercise if you want to. If you don't, why, don't worry about it, and sort of thing. It gets very nonchalant about the whole thing.
Yeah. And then you get that little slap in the face and kind of...
Yeah, that kind of wakes you up to reality.
But what's interesting is so remember this feeling about being slapped in the face, because this is what's going to inspire you to make those changes, because otherwise it's really easy to fall back into...
Yeah. Routine again.
And I can say that myself. I mean, it was 3 years ago at Christmas time when you had the heart attack, right? In December.
Yes.
And that was, and I actually got diagnosed with colon cancer at that time.
Diagnosed what?
With colon cancer.
Oh, is that right?
And I walked around in a fog for probably the first month. I mean, it was, that whole thing of, one, your first thing is, am I going to die? Are my kids going to be okay? And, because that's what my dad died from.
Oh.
I watched my dad go through hell and back.
Oh.
The cancer had spread to, his liver, his lungs, his brain, his bone. Oh, it was awful. And that's, the pain he had is what motivates me each and every day, to take care of patients. It's not a prescription, it's not a number. These are real patients that feel something and go through something. And so for me, that's always been my motivation with the job. But to get that news yourself, it's like, you're so like slapped. I felt like someone had slapped me in the face.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I'm going to change my ways. And have I?
Is that right?
I mean, I've improved some things, but not to the extent that I should.
It's hard.
It is.
It's really hard. Yeah.
And so I guess that's what I'm saying. Don't beat yourself up for what you haven't done up to this point. It's now from this day forward.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the little things. Because beating ourselves up isn't gonna, it's not gonna change anything. So, I think you pat yourself on the back for saying, I do need to make changes.
And you caught it early.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
I'm very lucky.
Yeah. How did they catch it?
Well, so I've been getting colonoscopies since I was 40, right? Because my dad, they
every year? Or?
Every 5 years.
Every 5 years.
Because I never had any polyps. My sister and brother both have had polyps. And so they go every 3 years. And I was the one who, you guys, before you knew me, I was about 70 pounds less than I am now. 70.
Wow.
Wow.
You're-
I drank a ton of water. I ate vegetables. I was active. I coached soccer. I was always fixing things. I mean, I was physically fit and I ate the right things. And it's almost like I sometimes think I'm still that way, and I'm not.
Oh.
The junk food has slipped in. I don't eat the chicken and the salmon and the I put all the sauce on it, and which isn't good, right? Because you can eat good, but then have all the junk with it.
Yeah.
Or if it comes with the junk, only eat half then, right? I mean, it's making
portions.
some choices, yeah. And I just, so I guess what I'm saying is, don't beat yourself up, because maybe we all do this together as a group.
Yeah.
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 I actually took a class, Verdant.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, by
Yeah.
Applebee's.
Yeah,
And how to
so
cook.
so I went to a class 2 weeks ago. It was free, and it was on nutrition. And it
Oh.
was a registered dietitian, and so she was, teaching about like the labels and portion control. She had portions, like I bring almonds with me every day.
Mm.
It's supposed to be in a little container. Not me, I had a baggie full. So I probably had 3 times the amount. So I went to Walmart and got these little tiny containers, because that's been a big aha for me. And the same with eating like an apple. I'd get the bigger apples. Well, get the smaller ones. And they satisfy you just as much. So it's and like she said, because I said, well, I'm really afraid that I'll still be hungry. And she looked at me, she said, well, if you eat your 5 servings of fruits and vegetable and your protein, you won't be hungry. So eat the right amount first.
And then drink lots of water. That fills you up too.
Yes. So it's all the knowledge that we know.
So you're still doing some of that?
I am. In the last 2 weeks, I've been watching, better paying attention to my portion controls and my, and I read the
Labels.
Yeah, like the sugar, like this has 0 sugar. Like the stuff that I was eating, like oatmeal. I bought those, the pre-serving packs
Right.
or the bowls, and I thought, oh, that's good, right? I got home that night and I looked, 22 grams of sugar in one of those little bowls versus the regular oatmeal that you cook on the stovetop. 0 sugar. So that was an aha. And you and I were talking about that processed stuff.
Right.
If it's in a package, it's probably not so good for us. And that was a perfect example. So, yeah, so, and she talked about fiber. Yeah, so it was just, and even the serving, how much is a serving size of these, right? Because you could sit down and eat a whole
Yeah.
whole thing. Yeah. So it's I don't know. I mean, it's that eye opener part. So I think, and there's these classes that are available to us, and they're free. So we just have to, find them and.
Yeah, we get those flyers in the mail every now and then, and they talk about the classes. So.
Yeah, I signed up for one. So tomorrow night there's one. I think it's full already, but it's on weight with a band. The weight
Toning, stretching band. Okay.
And then I signed up for one next week, and it's on sugar craving.
Oh, that right.
Which that's I'm telling you, I can eat a whole bag of candy. You and I, how we joke about that? I seriously don't get sick. I can eat the whole thing and say, where's the next bag? There is no sugar cutoff for me. I don't know if that means I'm not sweet or what.
You're sweet on the inside and the outside.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway,
it's a difficult area, and you have to be extremely motivated, and like you're doing. Reaching out, learn how to cook, and what to buy.
Yeah, that's
like there's that oatmeal from McDonald's. Probably, I don't know how much sugar that has in it.
It's prepackaged oatmeal. They put hot water in it, and then they put a bag of apples in it, it's little chopped
Yeah.
apples, and then they have a bag of raisins and cranberries,
Okay.
and then you mix it in. So it's not, you know, like Quaker, you can get like the apples and raisins,
Yeah.
but it's all freeze dried and stuff. This is fresh,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, so it tastes
I
a lot
bet they
better.
probably have all the information on it.
I asked them who makes it, and they said, I don't know. It's just the bag just says McDonald's on it, and they rip open the bag, put it in the cup, put the hot
Oh.
water, and then they stir in the apples, and they stir in the cranberries and the
Okay.
chopped apples in it.
Okay.
But it's really good. I mean, it's not too sweet.
I've had
but
it before, and it's good.
Mhm.
I just the oatmeal thing. After looking at that package when I got home, I was shocked. And I can't remember. There were several things that I kind of looked through in my pantry because I thought I'm doing the right thing, you know. And like these protein bars, you know, they're organic, and I thought, okay, you know, bought a big box of them at Costco. The sugars, you know.
Well, even ketchup. I didn't realize ketchup has sugar in it because it's so
Yes.
tart. You don't think of it as something sweet.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so just
Yeah.
everything has sugar in it. Probably tartar sauce. And
Well, but the thing is, the more you become aware of it, so rather than adding all that stuff, just tasting the fish and taking the time to taste it.
and swallow, and then just kind
Yes.
of wait. Just eat slower
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
and
these things.
portion control and drinking lots of water, and they're all little tricks. And then they said to journal, to write down everything that you put in your
That's
mouth.
depressing to me if
Oh.
I do that. Because that's when you
Kinda realize,
well, I
oh,
did have a little. But removing all the temptations, though.
Yes, not having
Yeah.
it in your house, because if it's in your house, it's too easy to
Right, right.
Pick
So
up
it's
and-
kind of having everybody on board
a
with.
safe zone. Yes.
Or having one thing that I did instead of having chips, I went and got corn nuts, and I think they said pumpkin seeds.
Is it corn nuts full of sodium though?
Oh, it is, but
Uh-huh.
but I'm just like I'm a sweet tooth. I'm also a salt
Oh,
fiend,
okay.
so
Yeah.
so the amount in the corn nuts is nothing compared to what I usually.
Oh.
I'm surprised I haven't lost just a bunch of water weight. But you know, it is. It's just, you know, it doesn't mean that you can't have it. It's just if you're gonna have a serving of this, then you don't get to have the chips too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
It's like rewarding yourself, but then in control.
exactly. So this is the first day of the rest of your life,
Yep.
Yes.
That's it.
and we can be on the journey with you.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, us and all the fish.
Oh.